Sparrow, she's got the damage, she's got the looks, and now she has the escape. And by escape, I mean Blink Charm.
Oh yeah.
This card is a lifesaver for Sparrow, quite literally. This build focuses on giving Sparrow some extra survivability and mobility, rather than building her like a straight glass cannon. She is a fantastic glass cannon, but with the buff to Rampage she can be quite quickly shut down, and with everyone and their mothers playing Deca, building her with some survivability in my opinion is not necessarily a bad thing. Also, you'll have loads of fun using the Blink Charm card and running around Agora with your Charging Brute. This build is built around Blink Charm and Charging Brute, so these cards are pivotal for the build. You want to start with the prime card, the Warlord, and then you want to add a health potion, double strike token and Blink Charm. Next we take our Guardian's Ward because, like I've said countless times, wards save lives. We want offensive maneuvers for our late game crit chance, and because of the awesome passive which gives us 44 physical and energy armor against basic attacks. We then have our Sword of the Altar for our lifesteal and crit bonus. We put 3 drains into this card. Our Windcarver blade with 3 major kinetics, then our spiked Boneplate and Thorned Greenweave, both with a major strike, strike and minor strike, and then a greater guard and greater barrier accordingly. Finally, we have our Charging Brute for that movement speed. We max out our Charging Brute with a major strike and 2 strikes. So a lot less flexibility in this build compared to my other builds, and it's mainly because we center it around Charging Brute and Blink Charm, which make the game a lot more fun. We do have the option to beef up Sparrow by taking our Greater Guard and Barrier over the major strikes, but once you get used to the build you find you don't really need it because the extra movement speed allows you to dodge shots better and kite heroes. Blink Charm will also save you in tricky situations. To start off, you want to take a health potion and 2 strike tokens. This will give you a nice amount of damage to get a good amount of last hits. Unlock your Q or Hail of Arrows ability for that AoE damage first. Then I tend to focus on my Q and E to build up stacks of damage before putting any more points into my piercing shot. But you want to unlock all 3 of your abilities before upgrading a specific one further. You definitely want to prioritize Sparrow's ultimate always because that thing is deadly. As Sparrow though, you have to play safe. You can get ganked easily and you really have no way of escaping so early in the game. If you're fortunate to be duo laning, you can push forward a bit more, but until you have wards or Blink Charm, try and refrain from pushing too far forward. Now your next card is dependent on your current situation. If your lane partner went wards, you can focus on building more damage first. So assuming your lane partner went wards, you could either get the spiked Boneplate or Thorned Greenweave. The choice depends on which hero you're laning against. If it's energy, go for Thorned Greenweave, or if it's against a physical hero, you want a spiked Boneplate. If you do decide to get wards, you simply pick up one of these 2 armor cards straight after. What I decided to do in this game was get my Thorned Greenweave, slot a minor strike and then pick up my Blink Charm. You can always get your Blink Charm after you upgrade your Thorned Greenweave, and there never really is any right or wrong time to get it. However, you do want it sooner than later because it definitely helps you in tricky situations. I don't like picking up my Blink Charm too early as well because you don't want your damage to suffer as a consequence. I feel like getting it around this time when you can already last hit minions comfortably is a good choice. Your next card after this is your second armor item. So in my case, a spiked Boneplate. You want to focus on maxing this out along with the Windcarver blade before you move on to your crit. Your crit item is Sword of the Altar, so it's important you max that out as soon as possible for that 50% crit bonus. Throw in your offensive maneuvers with your crit items and you're set. You can then discard your Blink Charm and put in your Charging Brute, maxing that out once you hit 60 card points. Now you can, if you want, discard your Blink Charm a lot earlier if you want the Charging Brute. The choice is entirely up to you. I recommend experimenting with the build to see if you prefer keeping Blink Charm all the way to 60 or if Charging Brute is better in the mid game. Charging Brute's passive is not an upgraded bonus, so you don't have to slot anything into it for the passive to be active. So as you can see, opening with a double strike token gives you a lot of damage. I pick up a kill and assist by catching the enemy in their jungle. Sparrow definitely does hurt in the early game, and you should have no trouble picking off out of position enemy heroes. I spot my Murdoch in trouble as I'm returning to lane, but already at only 9 card points I'm hurting the enemy team. On top of the damage from my minions, Gideon has no chance. He messes up his teleport and I land a piercing shot right through the rocks to finish him. I'm not only showing you this clip because it looks badass, but because this is something you should know. Piercing shot can go through certain objects in the environment like rocks, so definitely try to use it to pick off kills like I did here. Now I want to show you why I like this build. Dekka isolates the 2 carries with her containment fence and then stuns Feng Mao, who has no chance against my damage. I pop my ultimate to burn him down as quickly as possible, and then I use my blink charm to teleport forward because you know I'm not letting that Murdoch get away. He took down my Chimera, so I had to get revenge. Without blink charm I would have never been able to catch up to that Murdoch and kill him, so while blink charm can save your life, you can also use it to take a life. You should also help your teammates out where possible. If you can catch the enemy team off guard, then you can burn them down quickly before they have time to react. I pick off the Grim before Dekka can throw down her containment fence, and this is all because Sparrow's damage at this point in the game is awesome. I'm fighting a Murdoch who honestly has no chance 1v1, but with the backup of my Dekka, he really is no match for both of us, and we pick up the kill. Unfortunately, Twin Blast comes in from behind and attempts to kill me. I blink up onto the high ground where he can't kill me, and the containment fence from my Dekka and my ult means he is destined for death. Blink Charm really saved my life there. I would have been dead for sure had I not teleported to safety, and this is why I love Blink Charm on Sparrow. Also, the armor that I had reduced the damage that I was taking and allowed me to react in time. Once at full build, the damage you do is ridiculous. You have to remember that Sparrow's ult crits and gives you lifesteal if you've built any. With the enemy team caged in, it's like shooting fish in a barrel as 4 of the enemy team fall, and with the movement speed from my charging brute, Feng Mao is not going to get away. We managed to steal the Orb Prime and hand it in. Again, it's worth noting just how little damage Feng Mao is doing to us. The armor on top of our lifesteal is keeping us alive against a strong melee fighter. And once you have the orb on Sparrow, it's pretty much GG. Murdoch and Twin Blast fall ridiculously fast, and from there, victory. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. I like experimenting with other builds, not just pure DPS. Charging Brew is definitely a fun card, and Blink Charm has added a different element to the game. I suspect this build to be a lot stronger once travel mode is removed, but I had a blast playing it in the current patch, and I'm sure you will too. Until next time guys, peace.